Welcome back. In this video, we will explain how you can set up your changAI, and we will explain how to set up your changAI settings doctype and these everything inside this. But before going to that technical side, I will give a small idea regarding the core logic. So when a user types a question, any message or something like that, first of all, the first stage is retrieval stage. We have a retrieval engine that is a schema retrieval. I think I already explained in the previous video. If you have any doubts, you can watch that. And this retrieval retrieve the schema. That means the required tables, fields, and master records that are needed to generate an SQL for your related query. If this is the question, we have to write an SQL query in the DB and we have to get the data from that. This is how it happens manually. So with the help of this changAI, we can just ask that natural query in our own language, such that the model can return the relevant data as per your records based on what is inside in your records. So for that, the first stage is retrieval. Retrieval means to retrieve the relevant meta from your DB or from your schema. So we have that happening in two different stages or two different methods. One is a local deployment method and the other one is a remote deployment method. In local deployment method, we recommend this local deployment method as it is more secure than remote deployment method. But it's based on your needs. If you have any limited server resources or if you want high scale needs, we can offload the task to cloud providers. And we have already shown the example of Replicate as a remote server in our previous videos. Now coming to the local deployment setup, in local deployment setup, we want to make sure that we have to download the model locally such that the model would stay in your own local server or in your own infrastructure. It won't go outside. So you are safe. And your DB, your schema, everything would be in your local server itself. It won't go outside. So that means you have a privacy there. Now, with that particular model, but make sure in case of local deployment, in this case, you need to download your model by clicking on this download embedding model button in the settings doctrine. But before moving to that technical side, let me complete this. So this model, which you already downloaded, will give you the fields and will give you the tables and master records needed to generate the SQL. Once you get that, you have to write an SQL, right? We need to write a proper SQL to run that SQL. Once we run that SQL, only then we can get the data from our DB. So for that, we are using Gemini. Gemini is good at reasoning and it is also very good to give you a proper SQL query. And based on what we provide as a schema context. So once we get these things, these schema details, we pass it to Gemini. Gemini write an accurate SQL query based on what it get. That means what schema context to be provided. So once Gemini get that, it can give you a proper accurate SQL query. In case of Google Gemini, you can choose the free version API of Google Gemini, or you can use the paid version Enterprise Vertex AI setup. Gemini is what transform your question like show me pending shipments into an executable SQL query. And then you can execute that SQL query and finally show the data to the user. Here we handle the permission setup. We don't directly execute the SQL query. We are handling the user permissions. Once we get the SQL, then based on that only we will execute the SQL. Now I think you already you got an idea regarding the local deployment part. So in the settings doctype, we have the Gemini, the paid tier, and also we have the free tier part, which will be explained by my colleague after this. Now coming to the remote deployment setup. In remote deployment setup, you don't need to go and click on this button because this is only meant for the local thing. You just need to make sure to check the remote check mark in the settings doctype. And yeah, it will be explained after this. But this in remote deployment part, you will get the tables and master data. Everything would be same. But only thing is that you have to pass your schema and your tables, fields, schema, and your master records as a FIAS vector store into this remote server. We store that in a form of a vector format in a remote server. So it's not that secure like how it is for local deployment. And in remote server, we already have a model for retrieval, the same model we used in the local deployment and which is already deployed remotely on the remote server. In our case, we used Replicate. We already shown how to set up your Replicate account, how to test from a Replicate, how to use the Replicate APIs in our previous videos. You can, if you have any doubts regarding that, you can watch that videos. Now, once you get the tables, fields, and master data from this remote server, we write the SQL. Here we use Qwen3 model for writing the SQL. And this model is also deployed in the remote server. So once we get the schema and the master data, we pass to this model, which is deployed in the remote server, and finally we get the SQL. Same stage, but the only difference is it's local and the other one is a report. And when we get this SQL, we check the permissions and finally we execute it and then show the data to the user. So this is how it is taking place, the local deployment and remote deployment. And we recommend you to test with the local deployment as it's more secure than the remote deployment. Now I will pass this video to my colleague. She will explain how you can set up your changAI settings doc type.
So here we can see four tabs like detail tab, remote server tab, support and training tab. And in detail tab, we can see a remote check. There are local deployment setup and remote deployment setup. If it is local, we need to uncheck this remote. In local setup, schema retrieval is complete locally. Then we need to pass Hugging Face models and dataset repos. These are the IDs for embedder repo and dataset repo. Then we need to pass Quant3 4B instruct. Then we need to make sure that LLM is Gemini. Actually, it is used for SQL generation. When using Gemini, make sure you have Gemini authentication, either paid tier or free tier. If it is based on your usage. If it is free tier, then paste the API key here. If we didn't paste this API key here, then you will get an error message. I will show that. So you will get an error message like this. So you need to paste API key. You will get API Gemini API key from aistudio.google.com. Then click this create API key. Then copy this and paste here. After saving, just then you will get this reply. So if it is paid tier, you need to pass all this like Gemini location, Gemini project ID, service account credential. If any of this is missing, you will get this kind of error message. I will show that too. Then you will get the reply. After that, you need to download this download embedding model, or else you will get an error like this. I will show that too. So without downloading this embedding model, you will get an error like this. So let's check after downloading this embedding model. Then you will get the correct answer. And make sure to check retain memory and select retriever structure as multi-line. Then let's move to remote server. Actually, it shows detail regarding the remote replicate. Here we are using applicate as remote server. We have explained it in our previous videos. So make sure you have replicate account and replicate API token. So paste your replicate API token here. Then model deploy version ID from multiple model like LLM version ID, schema retriever version ID and entity retriever version ID. If we are going to test your model remotely, then paste replicate prediction URL and replicate deploy URL. Make sure you have OpenAI API key and Cloud API key. We are using OpenAI API key for generating training data and Cloud API key for generating validation data. If you are going to test your model remotely, make sure you are checking this deploy button here. So let's move to support tab. Actually, it is in working process. Our plan is to handle the support issue with chatbot so that user can post their issue in support tab in chat UI. So this is support tab in our chat UI. Next, let's move to training. Actually, training is mainly used for automating training data creation, also automate master data updation and schema file updation. In order to train the schema retrieval model, we need to have proper training data. So you can mention here training record size and click this create training button. But before that, we need to add modules and description. I'll show that. This is the this here we need to add modules and description. Trained model is focused on ERPNext modules. So test with ERPNext queries. To create training data, you need to add row in this table. For different modules, you need to cover for preparing training data and same time you need to give proper description regarding that modules, like what that module covers, why we are using that modules. Such a small description also in description column. So let's do that. Once you provide multiple modules, you can select the modules for which you want to generate training data by checking that specified modules in the table and provide training record size. If you're providing 100 as record size, then 100 training data will be generated from each modules. So here I am clicking 2, then click create training data button. After creating this train data, next one is update master file and update schema file. This button is specifically meant for updating master data. It is the master record which covering master tables. When we click on this update master data file, it will automatically update the master data based on the last modified date. Then next one is update schema file. It is used for updating schema which is stored the table and field which will also update based on last modification.
This is what setting doc type is used for. Now you can go for testing chat UI. Now you get the answer. So there is three tab in chat UI. First one is chat, then debug and support. Debug is meant for developers to check debug data in between different stages. So that's all about this Shanghai settings. If you have any doubt regarding this, please do contact us on support at erpgulf.com or cladion.com. Thank you.